Welcome to Stamping with Ian. Thank you so much for joining me today. Got a tutorial for you. I had a request for a basic tutorial on Davinici Resolve 17. How I create my craft videos and so forth. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm using version 17.4.6, which is the current one at the time of filming. So, assuming you've already got Davinici installed on your Mac, go to the icon. I have mine in the taskbar, or you may find it in your launchpad. Okay, but this is the icon you want. We will give it a press and watch it bounce away. And here we go. Apologies if you can hear a lawnmower. The local councillor doing the large grass areas. Now then, as you can see, I have several projects already set up. Okay, these are already set up with a timeline, with any watermarks and titles. Because we're starting from scratch, right, and it's going to be just a basic introduction, what I'm going to do is we're going to go down here. New project is highlighted. Okay, give it a press, and you get the chance to create a title. It's a good if you're just starting out, it's a good idea to give the project a name that will eventually become the title of your video. This will save you a step later on. So this is going to be video number 355. So 355. Apologies, I've got the hiccups now. And it's basic tutorial with Davinici. Forgot how to spell it. Davinici Resolve 17. Okay. So, and then you click the create button. Okay. Right. Here's our screen, which looks massively complicated. It really isn't. Okay. One of the first things you're going to have to do is make sure Inspector there in the top right is selected. If it's not, then make sure it is. That gives you this extra screen here, okay, which enables you to alter the various things that we're going to be doing. So our first step is to import our video file. Fortunately, I have one lying around. I've already done this and uploaded it, but the raw file was still available. So I've right-clicked, or 2 taps on my trackpad, in my case, import media. You can also use Command I. Okay, so there we go, import media. Right, saved on my desktop, so one click and open. Right, this is something you'll see if your video file has a different frame rate to the project. Davinici loads up a project with certain parameters. Okay, I've got this box up because I record in 60 frames per second. Okay, so quite happy to change that. Change. There we go. Up in there in the media pool. You can see media pool selected there at the top. Yeah, is our video. So one click and you see the border turns red. Right, before we do anything with it, just a quick explanation. This is the media pool. This is your preview window, and below this narrow bar here is your timeline, and this is the kind of the window where everything happens sort of thing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to drag this down to the timeline. So one click and drag, and you can see we now have a blue line. This is our video. It's already given us a track number 1, and there we go. Now I've done that wrong. Okay, I'm going to step back one. Ignore me for that one, because the first thing I want to do is do a title. Right, so you want your video to have a title, okay, before you do anything else. So up here, basic text. This is the easiest one to use. I've clicked it, and I'm going to drag it down to the timeline, and there we have it. It's created track 1 for us. I've selected it, so the border's turned red, and you can see the inspector window is now populated with our title. We can change the text, the font, the colour, the size, and lots of other wonderful things. Okay, all we're going to do is change this bit here. So delete the title, and I'm going to put 355, press return, basic tutorial using, press return, Davinici Resolve 17.4.6. Okay, because things do, minor things change between versions. Okay, so I've done that, and if we then just click on the timeline so it's not selected, press the space bar, okay, and you'll see it moves along the timeline. Okay, you can use the space bar to start and stop, as you'll be seeing me do on my next step, which is next. Okay, we can now add our video to the timeline. We're going to put it on the same track as track 1. Okay, so I have snapping enabled, which is N. You press N, and that enables snapping. So you can see it's joined up nicely. Okay, in this bit here in the bottom. The timeline has extended itself to the length of the video. So that's the very end, and that's the very beginning with the title. Yeah? Right. I can use my trackpad, 2 fingers on my trackpad, to scroll. Okay. So those 2 lumps there are where my audio starts. Okay, and if I press, hello everyone, welcome to Stamping Within. Okay, I'm just going to go back using my trackpad. I think the mouse wheel probably does the same thing, right? I need to cut this dead space off, right? So press space. Hello everyone. Right, I press space again to stop it. Then I use the cursor key to move backwards. Okay, I'm now going to split the clip. So clip up here. No, try that again. Yeah, ignore that. Ignore what I've just done. I'm going to do it the way I normally do it. So making sure the clip is selected, it has that red border. Okay, I'll put the cursor over the red line there. Right click and split. Okay, it's selected this little bit here, has the red border, so we can delete that. Delete. Okay, and now when we go back to the start, you will see the two clips are together.
Hello everyone.
You could put a transition in there, okay. Shall I do that? Shall I put a transition in? I'll see if I can. Click on transitions here at the top, okay. You know, there's our titles one, that transitions is next to it. I'm just going to do a cross dissolve, okay. Then I'm going to drag it in between the two clips. So there we go, and you see there, yeah. That's our transition. Moving back, okay. Press spacebar.
Hello everyone, welcome to Stamping Within.
There's our transition. It will look smoother on the final rendered video. Okay, we're going to move to the end now. So up on the timeline, go right to the end. Okay, use your mouse wheel or trackbar just to scroll back, so we can choose our endpoint.
Bye.
There's our endpoint. Okay, that was quick, wasn't it? So once again, right click, split. Make sure this little bit here is selected with the red border, and delete. That's our end done. Okay. If you wanted to, you could put a end transition so it fades to black. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. My trackpad isn't quite big enough for this. Right. Oh, there we go. And now you see, when I press play now, or the spacebar,
subscribe too.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing, have a lovely time, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
And there you get a nice fade out to the end. Right, we're nearly done. Our next step is to add a watermark. Okay, so we need to go back to titles. There. Excuse me. As you can see, there's loads you can choose from. Fusion titles. Okay. Okay. We're going to stick with basic text because we can move this around. Okay, and that's what we're going to do now. So if I just move to the start of the video there, okay, and basic text again, basic title, drag it down, so left click and drag, okay, to the red line. Okay, select, okay. Don't worry about that, you won't see that. Okay, we're going to get rid of the basic title bit once again, and we're going to put our watermark in. Now mine is Stamping Within, dot stamping up dot net. You could use your blog address for this, whatever you want. Okay, we can now, I just did a quick left click on it and it's put a box around it. This means when we press and hold, we can now move it around. Okay, we'll put it there for the minute. It's not stopping there. We're going to change the colour now. So, quick left click onto colour. This is brought up Apple. There are others you can use. I stick with Apple, and I'm going to change it to magenta, just like that. Okay. We're now going to make it a bit smaller. So there's a size here. Okay. When you move the mouse cursor over to the number 96, you see it changes to a horizontal arrow. Okay. So you're going to left click and hold and move and change the size like this. I want it at 64. There you go. Then release the mouse when you've got the right size. Okay. We can now, if you move and click, we can move this over to a corner. Okay, just like that. If we move to, there we go, now you can see it really needs a bit of a border around it. Okay, so it stands out a bit more. That's the stroke, which is here. Can you see where I'm moving the mouse? The colour is already black. That's fine. Okay, so once again, hover the mouse over, left click, and I'm going to put a 3 pixel border. Okay, and you can see that really sticks out now. Yeah, right, so let's just see how it plays. No. First of all, we need to extend the watermark to the whole length of the video. Now the way we're going to do that is we're going to right click, or in my case 2 taps, change clip duration. You get a box up. Okay, currently you see it's set for 5 seconds. Yes, 5 seconds it's set for at the minute. We need it to go to about 1350, then we can adjust it manually. So using the cursor keys, go to these second lot of noughts and put 13 in, or whatever the length yours is. Okay, I'm going to change the 05 to 50. Okay, and then click change, press change. And you can see from the timeline here where the mouse is, it's nearly gone all the way along. Okay, so I'm going to click here. Okay, and as you can see, it's not quite at the end. Hovering the mouse over just on the join there, you can see you can move it. It changes to a left and right arrow. Left clicking, and you can see you can drag it to the end. Oh, no, see, I dragged it beyond the end. Okay, but I can drag it back, and there it is. It's snapped to the end. Okay, so looking at the end, you can see,
and then just stick it on top of your
that our watermark
thread.
is there.
Like and subscribe too. Whatever you're doing,
Okay.
have a lovely time, and I'll see you soon.
And that's the end.
Bye.
With the fade. Going back to the start, so move the mouse to the start of the timeline, and we'll just watch the start and see how that looks.
Hello everyone, welcome to Stamping Within.
Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this to the end of the transition. You see a little white line there? Okay, I think that might make it better. And then we're going to go to the end. Just move that back to there. Okay, back to the start. Spacebar.
Hello everyone, welcome to Stamping Within.
That's a lot better, isn't it? So that's our video finished. We have a title, we have our content, and we have a watermark. Okay, and we have a transition at the start and a transition at the end. So what we need to do now is export it. Okay, up here, up near the top, quick export. Okay, now you can upload directly to YouTube. I probably wouldn't advise that because what I do, no, I'll show what I do, okay, and I'll talk you through while it's encoding, which I'll also speed up. So it's on H2.64. You can see that's the resolution I'm in, which is HD. It's 14-minute video, 60 frames a second. Okay. When I click export, like that, it's going to an external drive, so that just takes a thing to boot up. Oh. Ah, right. It doesn't save the step I thought it would. So it's going to an external drive. This is the backup. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it its title. So 355 basic tutorial with Davinici Resolve 17. Okay, I will click save, and now what you can see here, this is the render speed. Okay, it's going to take 17 minutes to encode, and you'll end up with a video with your finished video. What I would do after that is I use a program called Handbrake, which is available for Mac computers. I do mine on a fast 60 frames per second setting. Okay, if you want me to show you that, I can do that. I'm not going to leave this running because obviously it's got 17 minutes and it's just 17 minutes of looking at this. So, I'm going to end the video here. I hope this has been useful. Okay. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Or if you've got any questions, ask me and I'll see what I can do. Alright. So I'm ending the video. Good luck with this, and I will see you soon. Bye now.